club getting tipsy.
Everybody in the club getting tipsy.
Great. I can't put this on YouTube now. We're going to get in trouble and get copyright fucking BS.
We don't sound that good. Come on.
Hey guys, welcome back.
I bet you are waiting really patiently.
God. Yes, I bet they are.
This is great. I am
You didn't have to wait this patiently if you joined our Patreon, though.
I hope you did. I hope this is Sunday and you're enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
I just
Happy freaking Sunday.
It's 4th of July weekend. Hope you're having a good old time. No, it's not. 4th of July was last week. I'm so sorry. I'll just cut that. And then I'm going to leave this one in because it was funny. Anyways.
Happy after 4th of July.
Yeah, I hope you had a great...
No, this is the 4th of July week.
No.
Duh-huh.
No.
Duh-huh.
I gave you an episode on Gypsy. That releases Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
The following week is the 4th of July
Oh,
week.
I forgot we have another episode in between. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah, this is the part 2.
Oh, yeah, part 2, guys. We are
I hope you guys love
ripping
our
and
madness.
daring.
You know?
Yeah.
We are a wild... We've really been on one lately.
Hey, by this time, I think it's the day after I get to finish my tattoo.
On a Monday. On a Thursday.
Yeah.
I see.
Unless you join the Patreon. And if you did, I love you.
I hope that you clip that just for Discord and you put it on there so they can all see it and we'll we can make a GIF out of it.
That was really fun. I'm so funny. That was just so funny.
We have been absolutely on it.
We have been on one for
we're going on
3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
We're
and
really
it's fun.
funny. No, honestly, I thought about it in bed last night and I was like, why am I so like, haha, like.
It's the sun shines out.
Yes! It's summer and I'm nice again.
Do you think that possibly it has anything to do with vitamin D levels? I often think I feel so much happier because it's vitamin D. It's not like a psychological sunshine thing because honestly, sometimes you go out in the sun, it's like way too hot. You're like, God, get off of me. But
it's so nice.
The sunshine makes me so damn happy. I feel frisky. I feel happy to be alive.
Squirrely. I get squirrely.
Yeah.
I get squirrely during the summertime. And it's almost every year, you or Zach, one of you, gets real confused because I'm being extra nice.
Well, it happened like a month ago.
Oh, yeah. And I was like, yeah, because the sun's coming out.
But it wasn't like nice enough out for me to think that was why. But you said that was why.
No, I did say, yeah.
But initially I was like, this is weird. You were really nice to me.
I am so different in the summer versus in the winter.
You're so fucking miserable.
I am so nice July through like September, and then I go back to being a feisty bitch.
I don't know. We became friends in like February. So, I don't know how that, I guess I just liked that you were mean.
I don't think I was really mean to you first.
All right, we don't have time for this.
Okay, yeah,
we gotta get to it. That's how we ended up here.
Rocking chair versus Roomba.
We're not gonna reintroduce it for anybody that's listening.
Oh, yeah.
And just a reminder: if you missed last week's episode, you got to go watch that.
Yeah, that matters for this one.
We are doing a Sweet 16
tournament.
Inanimate object fight to the death. Who will win?
Dun dun dun.
We had 8 matchups last week, 16 players, and now we're down to 8 players. We have winners for each of the initial fights, and we're going to battle those ones out today to see, and hopefully, assuming we can keep our fucking mouth shut on the BS part, and we don't talk too much outside of things, we will get to see who our number one is for this grouping.
Yeah, so we have it on 2 different poster boards. Imagine this is like a 2-day tournament. Okay.
Oh, good idea.
So the champions of both sides battle it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. First up, we have rocking chair versus Roomba. Everybody is fully prepared. They're not coming into this wounded. Right?
Yes. Yep. 100% health.
So this is a
Pokemon
sturdy like Amish built real wood rocking chair.
She thick.
Yeah, heavy.
Very heavy.
Yep, it's going to make a scraping noise when you drag that across your floor, even if it's carpet.
Oh, stop. Ooh. My ears cannot handle.
And a Roomba.
The thing about the Roomba is it can get away pretty quick.
That's true.
I think.
But Roombas are dumb.
No,
And it could get stuck.
that might help it, though.
Let's hear how.
If the Roomba circles enough around the rocking chair and jolts, and the rocking chair tries to crush it, it's dizzy. You know, it's been watching it. Tries to crush it, and then falls over.
I think rocking chairs are immune to motion sickness and dizziness. Because they're rocking back and forth all day.
Rocking is so different than spinning in circles.
It couldn't spin in a circle that fast, could it? Roombas they're not fast.
They're fast for rocking chairs. We put them in a race, see who wins.
Yeah, obviously they're faster. But, like, what if the Roomba tries to get away and it gets stuck in a corner? There's a lump in the rug.
It goes underneath. It can go underneath a rocking chair easily.
It can, but what if it says I'm stuck on a cliff and then it doesn't move again? It's afraid. It's paralyzed in fear.
I think I'm Team Roomba.
I am definitely team rocking chair.
I think that the rocking chair would eventually get dizzy, fall over, and start to hurt itself.
I want to say that my Roomba, I'm pretty sure, is physically attracted to every single object.
Hold
on, let me finish.
You don't have a real Roomba. It's not made by Roomba.
No, it's made by Shark.
I didn't know you had a shark one.
Yeah.
That changes things.
Why?
Because I thought that you just had like an off-brand, you know?
No, I have a Shark one.
Like,
it was really expensive. I bought a refurbished one, and even at refurbished, it was $250. This bitch is a fucking tank. Anyway, my Roomba, I'm pretty sure, is physically attracted to all objects that are on the ground, but most specifically, this stand-up fan. It will ride up on the fan like this for like 10 minutes.
just in case. There's
It's
so
like
much
humping
dirt,
the fan.
dude.
It's humping the fan.
So
Let's
much
be
dirt.
honest.
So much dirt.
That Woodhouse
Mine
is
doesn't
ridiculous.
get stuck in corners ever.
Mine doesn't get stuck in corners.
You just said it got stuck in the corner and couldn't figure out how to get out.
Well, yeah, maybe. I gotta say that
But mine doesn't.
Mine, when it's like, it's very thorough and it's like cleaning, like the pattern.
Yeah.
Okay, so it will like go up to something, back up, go up again, turn a little bit, turn back, back up.
Yeah.
It'll do like less than 6 inches at a time. So if it's like trying to get out of a space and it's taking too long, crunch. My other thought, if the rocking chair can time it properly, the
What is the
rocking chair.
intelligence level of the 1 out of 10 for the rocking chair? Like, I don't think they're that smart.
Maybe we should have rolled for these things in the beginning.
I literally thought that Zach was going to tell me to roll a d20 every time.
Yeah,
to
we should've.
see how smart they were.
Yeah. If the rocking chair could time it properly, or just sit up on its edge, that Roomba's little the pocket, like the hole that opens where it sucks up into the base. Does your base have like a hold, like where it holds the stuff like a vacuum does? Our Roomba backs onto the base, and then the base sucks the dirt out
Ours
of the...
doesn't do that.
Okay, well, mine does that.
I have to do it.
It's got a hole on the vacuum.
Okay.
If you could get the rocking chair thing into that, up in the air, you're stuck forever. Goodbye.
Mine doesn't have that.
All right, we can live with that not being an option anyway. How is the Roomba gonna... So you think if it falls over, that's the end of it for the rocking chair?
The rocking chair, I think, is going to be pretty injured. It's heavy.
I don't think falling down is going to be a problem for the rocking chair.
I think that Chanel falling down versus Sandor falling down, there's a difference. Sandor's going to hurt himself.
If you fall down versus Cody falling down, is there a difference?
Yeah.
How?
Well, first off, Cody's going to break his hip immediately.
He plays hockey and falls down all the time. He's not 55.
I think that weight matters when you fall.
I think
You ever watch 1,000-Pound Sisters?
they have no athleticism in their bones. They're just, that's how they got to be
I'm
1,000
sorry,
pound
what
sisters.
training does a rocking chair have?
Well, I'm talking about humans specifically. And I'm defending my husband's honor and his capacity to fall. He falls all the time.
You brought him into this.
I did.
You brought him into
And
this,
now I
and
must
now you're
defend him.
defending him. I didn't bring him into this.
Well, you were saying Chanel versus Oakley. Or, I mean,
Sandor.
Chanel versus Sandor falling.
If Sandor falls on his hip and Chanel
Okay, you know what?
falls
That's
on
not
his
even
hip,
fair because
on her
Chanel's
hip.
legs are already touching. She's basically touching the ground anyway.
She's a little vacuum. You know what Chanel actually is? Off topic, but she's a lawnmower because she goes and eats grass 24/7.
I own 2 cows.
Yeah, you do. You don't even have to mow your grass.
They would eat it if given the option. I don't understand. I've done everything I can. I think that he just has pica.
Chanel is actually the weed whacker because she goes right beside our sidewalk in our yard
And eats all
and
the tall
eats
grass.
all of the stuff there. Yeah,
I think Nolly just has pica.
I don't know what
Because
that
he also
is.
eats paper.
Nolly eats anything
Plastic bags.
that you gotta pull out of his butthole.
Bread bags. Let's not get it twisted. They're just bread bags. Anyway, God, I fucking hate the Roomba. I feel some sort of
Why
vengeful
do you
way
hate
against it.
it?
I don't know. I don't want it to win. I want the big, beefy rocking
I
chair
think
to
that
win.
honestly, this is not an easy fight. I don't think that
Okay.
it's a hands down one of them wins and one of them doesn't, but I think that the Roomba has more power than people are going to give it. Like,
I think the Roomba has a high. I think that there's a. I guess I should say that I think there's a much lower chance that the rocking chair is going to time it well. It would have to rely on the Roomba getting stuck. How often do you think your Roomba gets stuck? Like every time it runs, it gets stuck?
no. No, I ran mine for like 45 minutes yesterday and it didn't get stuck once.
As long as there aren't any obstacles in my house, like yoga mats bunched up on the floor or you know what I mean, like actual random stuff that doesn't belong there, then it doesn't get stuck. But
It depends on, yeah, I mean, like, if the Roomba is not getting stuck, I think it's going to win. Because rocking chairs, on their own, I don't think can rock real fast and real hard.
no, it would have to get it cornered somewhere.
Yeah.
It would need to be disabled by some other means.
Now, if it was just, like, based on durability, the rocking chair is going to win 100%.
For sure.
But I don't think that the rocking chair is going to be able to rock, A, hard enough,
All right, the underdog wins.
or B, accurate enough to get the Roomba as it's sweeping by.
Yeah, it would rely on other factors. I hate this, but I think the Roomba wins. I wanted the rocking chair to go further.
Well, that's not fair because the rocking chair would win against almost anything else.
Yeah,
Okay.
this was an underdog fight.
We are Team Blue Roomba. Okay, next one. Filing cabinet versus rolling suitcase. And I'm going to go again with how the rolling suitcase can just fly around it the entire time until it falls over. But if it falls over on the suitcase, it's fucked. 100%. There's no getting out of that. It's not wiggling away.
No. And this is a battle worn suitcase.
This is. So it's not super, super, super strong anymore. Like, it's been through a lot of shit. And it can go through the airport 40 more times.
Have you ever had a filing cabinet drawer eject itself onto your leg? Like you didn't click it the whole way and suddenly the weight just flies open and whacks you? I think it could surprise attack it. It's zipping around and it's just like, burp. It clotheslines it.
Yeah, but well, like, you see what they do to our suitcases in the airport, right? I have watched them chuck my suitcase so many times, I won't put my air wrap in it anymore. I'm scared. I will put it in my backpack.
I just don't know how, in any capacity a suitcase is going to beat.
It's back to the same thing of the last battle. It's going to do circles around it until the filing cabinet falls over.
And then is the fall over the end of it for it?
Is it getting back up?
I don't know.
What's it going to do? Push all of it?
I think that the drawers could come in handy here.
The drawers could definitely punch the shit out of it.
I think that it could I'm team filing cabinet, I think. Because of the drawers.
But how are the drawers actually going to kill?
Like I said, it shoots out. It's stopped because it's stuck there. Okay?
What's stuck there? It has wheels. It would just
falls
bounce
into
back
it.
and then go around.
It falls into it. Here's the scenario. Throws out the first drawer. It's stunned. Suitcase falls a bit forward. Second drawer opens. Okay? Arm thingy is now stuck. Oh no!
Where's it stuck?
Between drawer 1 and drawer 2. Arm thingy is now angled, stuck
Oh,
between
it's
the
up
drawers.
here. The drawers that are popping out are up here.
Well, the bottom one stops it. The second one opens. The arm thingy is now stuck between the two drawers, right? Drawer.
Oh.
And now all we got to do is just kind of topple over on it. I think that's reasonable because those drawers come out fast and hard and they are painful when they hit you.
Couldn't the suitcase just pull its arm down?
It's been stunned. I don't know.
This feels like a Pokemon fucking battle now.
Everything's a Pokemon battle when you look at it the right way.
I don't hard disagree with you.
Because I
on
don't
this.
think that like there's any damage that's going to be incurred from the filing cabinet falling over. And to say that it's just disabled because it fell over, I don't know. It doesn't
But
break
what's
when
it
it
gonna
falls
do
over.
after that?
Get back up, I guess.
How?
Well, if it can fucking walk, I feel like maybe it could get up.
No, it can scoot. It doesn't have legs.
Idea. My argument of why this is different than the rocking chair. Okay.
Yeah.
If it falls over and it can roll, like log roll, it can roll onto its face and use its drawers to push itself back up. It would be a slow process, but I think it could do that. I think that's fair. Different than the rocking chair because the rocking chair has no moving appendages to get itself back up.
I will let you have the filing cabinet win, but I'm going to say it's not getting back up. I'm just telling you, once it falls, its drawers are not long enough. And it's so fucking heavy.
What do you mean its drawers aren't long enough?
They're not long enough to push it back. We're talking like 6 foot.
How deep is a filing cabinet? 28 inches. Okay.
Okay, so 2 feet.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like 6 foot tall.
So you have this here, right? And it comes out. Like if you're ejecting the drawer up. Let's
They're
see.
too heavy. They're too heavy.
Are they full or empty?
I don't think it matters. It's made of metal.
Angle calculator.
Oh, I can do this. You know why? Because I learned a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
We're going to find out the angle of something. I don't know how to do this exactly. If you have 60 inches, what are you doing?
Sending this to Zach.
Oh, if you have 60 inches this way and you have 28 inches pushing you up this way,
Not even
it's
half.
almost half.
It's not even, though. And
Do
the
you just
weight
wanna
is evenly distributed.
Do you just want
between
a
all
heads
of
or
it.
tails for it?
No, I told you that the filing cabinet can win.
All
I'm
right.
just telling you, I don't think that it can get itself up.
Fair enough.
Okay. Filing cabinet it is.
That was a These are
Ooh.
becoming tougher fights. More difficult to determine the winner.
It is red versus blue. Okay. And now we have chainsaw
Oh god.
versus extension cord. Yeah.
Who do we think is going to be?
I don't know. I don't
So
know.
it's not a powered chainsaw.
Correct.
I know that like it's a chainsaw and like that should be a really
Sharp.
powerful object, but like I'm just not sure.
How much of a threat it would have without any power.
Yeah. At least against like metal. Like inside of an extension cord is metal.
It's
Like
small
wire.
metal, though.
Yeah, but like it would have to not only get through the plastic with the blade, but then like saw the cord back and forth, and like what mechanism does it have to do that? It's not just like it's like a razor blade out there, you know what I mean? Because think of like how much you'd have to take the metal back and forth.
Yeah. I was more so thinking, like, what could the extension cord do?
I'm telling you. Lasso and chuck.
Yeah, lasso would be a good defense for that.
Mm-hmm.
As long as, you know, I feel like the chainsaw shouldn't even freaking be in here because it has no defense other than like sharp edges.
Mm-hmm.
But sharp edges is just going to harm and not kill.
Without any force behind it, yeah.
Yeah. Like if you,
I think you can turn a chainsaw chain, but it's very slow. Like when it's off, I think you can still move it a little bit, but it's very slow. Nothing that would be rapid enough to even
cause
like do anything
major
worse
issues.
than just touching it.
Right.
Yeah. I think we're going to
Yeah.
have to give it to the extension cord. I think that there's going to be a time where the extension cord's lassoing technique isn't going to work, but
For now
it's not today. It's not this one.
Yeah, you're right. I honestly, I am trying to think of like the opposing argument, but I got nothing for a chainsaw. Nothing.
In the right, like we should have said with the accordion, right? Because he beat the accordion.
Yeah.
We should have said like if he puts his blade straight through the stuff, that's the end of it for that. You know?
Yeah.
Right. But like that was really it. And this is a cord. The
Very thick.
the grandfather clock. You could push your blade even dull, even not running,
Right.
straight through, and yeah, sure, that could do some stuff. A box, cardboard box, ching, but not a cord.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is the last for the second round. We are doing the lawn gnome versus the mannequin.
Now this is the fight you've been waiting for. I'm so sure of it.
Dude, the mannequin just picks up the lawn gnome and smashes it.
But you gotta catch it first. And I know that's a human, but have you ever tried to chase around like a mouse or something? Fast and hard to catch.
Super fast.
Like okay. Very recently, there's a
Chanel!
my mother-in-law's neighbor has a cat living underneath its woodpile. It has 7 kittens.
Oh.
There were 3 different kittens right there in front of me, and they scattered, and I just couldn't grab one. It's too fast to like just
It
pick
is
it
really
up.
fast, but how is it going to hurt the mannequin? Is it going to
I
judo
don't
chop it
know.
on the way by? Like,
I don't know. It can scramble up its back like a little squirrel, and then it's on the head. It rips the head off.
I'm so uncomfortable with that.
I'm inclined to believe that in the end, perhaps the mannequin would win, but I am thinking that the gnome has.
I'm thinking the gnome might win though, because it would outrun the mannequin, and eventually the mannequin would just be like, "Fucking whatever, just shoot me."
See, now the other thing too is that the mannequin has attachment points. The gnome is a solid piece of like it'd be like being a person. You're all solid together.
Yeah.
The mannequin's got parts.
But that makes it more durable because you rip off its arm, it's still good. It breaks its tootie. It's still good. They can just take that tootie off. Peg
Yeah,
leg
but
Polly.
Yeah, but what if we take the head and run?
I'm not in this.
I'm the gnome. I'm climbing up the back of the mannequin. I take the head off, I jump off and run. What happens? Does it still work without the head?
Yeah.
Is this like a
I
zombie
would-
situation where the head's talking to the body like, over here?
I think that the head would be able to see where the body is, and then it would move the body to pick up the head and put it back on.
It wouldn't have to tell the body where to go. You know in movies? When,
Yeah,
like, a
I know what
disembodied
you're
head.
talking about. But every time I've watched something like that, I'm like, you can see. They can see that the body's right in front of them. You
Yeah,
don't
but they're
have
like
to
to the
yell,
left.
just move.
They're like to the left. Yeah, but they're always
but
telling
it's the same. It's the same thing.
They're always telling it what to do.
Yeah, it's so fucking stupid because if I lose my head, I'm not gonna start talking to my body. I'm moving my body.
Well, not anymore. You're not. You're disconnected.
It's still me. Oh my god.
Movie logic. I don't know. That's how the movies always show it. They gotta talk to the body to get it to go where they want it to go.
I don't know. The thing is, if the mannequin catches the gnome, gnome's done. Period.
What would the mannequin do? Chuck it, like
Yeah.
into the ground.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you just have to break it.
Chuck it into literally anything.
Yeah.
It might stick its finger up its fake nose,
There are no holes in that.
wheel it around, and yeet.
Does the mannequin have separate fingers, or is it just Barbie hands?
I don't really care. Either one.
I think it's like this.
Okay, well,
It'd
it
be good
still
at
has
swimming.
this thumb.
It'd be good at swimming. Good swimmer. It's a good swimming. No, you know what? It'd fill with water. It would sink.
I think that the garden gnome is way more durable. But the mannequin can lose so many limbs before it's dead.
It's like the Black Knight in Monty Python. I'm not yet dead.
Yeah. That
Actually, that's from a different part.
I don't know. I'm not
It's a
team
flesh
either
wound.
one right now.
I'm team gnome because I think it could be squirrely and run around like crazy.
You're team gnome because you want an underdog to win.
No, I don't want the Roomba to win. And that was the underdog for sure. What do you think? I just think that the
This
mannequin
one's
has
the
so
hardest
many
one.
like if the okay, so the thing I'm imagining, they're running around in a yard.
My yard, right?
Sure, your yard, okay? I think that the gnome has a better chance because it can run around very nimbly, and there's a higher chance that instead of catching the gnome, the mannequin trips and loses a leg. You know, like there's situations
they
where
can survive.
falling, it pops out. Like there's just, better chance that the limbs fall off running.
When I'm talking about the mannequin, I think of myself and how terrified I would be of a gnome running around my yard. And I think that's why I think that the gnome would win, because me personally, I'd just quit. Be like, this is scary enough.
Angry little guy. You fall down. You're trying to put your leg back on. It's on your head. Trying to rip your head off from the back. Imagine it. It's on the back of your head. Like its butt's up here and it's facing down and it's prying with both hands to pull your head off of your body. I think the gnome got it.
I think the gnome has it too.
Yeah.
Now that we discussed it, because I really thought the mannequin was going to be like the grand king. The king of all. I did.
I think if the gnome hadn't pulled out its last fight, then maybe the mannequin would have taken it.
This is fucking hilarious. Okay. So we are at round 3. Ding, ding, ding. So round 3 is
We
Roomba.
did it. You know what? We did the suitcase.
It's Roomba.
Very similar.
Shut up! Round 3, we have Roomba versus filing cabinet and extension cord versus lawn gnome.
This is the semifinals.
This is the semifinals. So Roomba, filing cabinet. I again think that Roomba's going to take the filing cabinet. We didn't do this, right? No. I got worried.
See, the thing that was about the filing cabinet with the suitcase, which made it win, was that it could trap it.
It's not trapping a Roomba.
I don't think it's trapping a Roomba.
It's not trapping a Roomba.
Honestly, I don't
It
think...
might, like...
The only scenario, and I don't think this is winning, but the only scenario I can think of is it's just sitting there minding its own business, waiting.
For the Roomba to die.
Waiting for the Roomba to come up to it. And then it could, like, punch it with its drawer again. But even then, I don't think it's going to, like, unless it could flip it over and paralyze it.
Yeah.
I think that's a stretch, though.
If it's patient enough, it can wait the 2 hours it takes for the Roomba to die, but the Roomba would have to die in a certain spot.
Yeah, if it dies against a wall, there's just, like, really nowhere for the...
I don't think that a filing cabinet can really move that far. Like, it can wiggle and move, but from one room to another, I don't think...
This would be, like, an 8-hour fight.
This wouldn't be a fight. This would just be, like, watching paint dry.
Yeah. Could you imagine getting tickets to this one?
it would be the longest. No, I'm not watching this
They're
one happen.
making their, hopefully it's outdoors in a very hot arena. They're making their money on water the whole time.
Yeah, I would like to actually watch the ceiling fan and the rocking chair. I think that would be really funny. But this one I'm not watching. It would take the fight alone minimum of 4 hours.
Yeah.
Because even if the Roomba does stop after 2, the filing cabinet, first off, I think that a filing cabinet has the brain of like an ant. So fucking dumb. Just like, by the time it would realize that the Roomba died, it would be like, what?
Sleeping the whole time.
Who? Could I fall now? It would take so fucking long.
I think that's the only way. And the thing about how, like, with the drawer, like, punching it, the room is going to just slide. Like, I don't think it's going to be able to flip it with the drawer pushing. Even at the lowest setting, like, I
No.
still don't think it's going to be able to flip it because it's so wide. It would be really hard for it to do that.
I've definitely accidentally, like, kicked my Roomba while walking or something, and it does not flip over. It
Right.
just, like, speeds up, goes, and then it keeps going. How the fuck is the Roomba winning everything? Because I did not think that it would. It doesn't have a defense.
I don't think the Roomba's going to win overall.
It's so good at offense, though. It's so good at running around.
Its defense is its avoidance tactic.
Yeah.
Like, its defense is solid. It has no attack. It can't
That would
attack.
be offense, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has no offense at all. But defensively.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that the Roomba's so good at being a wiggly worm.
This is not the way I thought any of this was
No,
going
dude,
to go.
I didn't think the Roomba was going to make it past the first round. I'm a little disappointed. But, I mean, are we in agreement the Roomba's going to win?
The Roomba's going to win.
Holy fuck.
I don't see any way other than pure chance that the filing cabinet crushes it.
And I feel like the chances are so low.
And honestly, it's such a large flat area. The weight distribution's pretty high. I'm not saying that it's going to be able to run necessarily after getting crushed by a filing cabinet, but is it going to like break it? I don't know. Even if it did get on top of it, you know, it might not be able to move because its wheels will just, our wheels have like little shocks, you know, it's like sinks in, they rotate a little bit, but like, I don't know. Yeah, Roomba it is. Next section of our semifinals. What is it?
Extension cord. Garden gnome.
I think that this is, again, garden gnome. And I think...
I also think that it's garden gnome, but let's talk about it because I did not... There was mannequin versus garden gnome, and I thought mannequin for sure, and we have switch,
So, in my other arguments for garden... Or for extension cord, right? They've lassoed and chucked. But those objects were, like, inanimate. Like, truly unable to do anything. I guess this whole thing's inanimate objects, but you know what I mean. Like, it's unable to move. Like, the chainsaw couldn't even walk. It had no mechanism to move forward at all.
Right.
And neither did the microwave. But the gnome can run around.
Right.
I think that gnome is going to pick up that extension cord and use it as its own lasso. I don't think there's any way.
The extension cord could definitely trip it, though.
But is it faster than the gnome?
I imagine it like a snake.
Yeah.
Where, like...
Even if it trips it, though, what's it going to do? Then lasso it and chuck it.
Well,
okay.
no, more so it's going to... Like, if it falls forward on pavement and it's going fast...
It's going to break.
Yeah.
I agree, but I think in the scheme of a garden gnome's life, it's probably experienced snakes. It probably knows what to do.
How many snakes are they fighting, though?
You know what? How many are they fighting? I have no idea. Maybe he's evading them.
Like, I imagine I do this magical wand thing, and then all of these things come alive. I don't think they've been alive for 12 years.
Romeo and Juliet.
Chanel, shut the fuck up.
You know, the movie indicates that they're little living
I've never watched
creatures.
that.
They race lawnmowers. They fall in love.
You would fucking know this.
I still think that like its only chance is tripping it, and I think that this is a pretty nimble little guy.
Yeah. I'm in agreement.
I think it's Garden Gnome.
I also think that it is well because I mean, I don't think that the extension cord has a lot.
It's only won other fights by
Being the lasso.
basically. I mean, I think we electrocuted the microwave, but I think that I don't think that that's a reasonable.
I think that it's too fast.
If you and me
It's
were fighting, if you were
fast.
fighting an extension cord personally,
I feel like I do that a lot. Honestly, it gets all tangled. It's in my hair.
the extension cord gets in your hair.
Yeah, I'm like this, and then it gets my hair, and I'm fighting with an extension cord. They're pretty fucking scary, honestly. Me versus extension cord should be in the next round.
Maggie versus any of these objects. A sentient version of any of these objects. Which one's winning? That actually.
The
could be
only
really
thing
fun.
I'm winning is the grandfather clock because I will boot that bitch, and that's it.
Yeah, you couldn't push the filing cabinet over, which is a similar build.
That reminds me of when I tried to break Emma's door down for you.
You and the ceiling fan.
Yo.
It would hurt you.
Oh, I'd be so hurt. I'd be in so much pain.
Being made of flesh is a terrible thing sometimes.
Are we saying lawn?
Yeah, I think we are.
All right, we are at this is the grand champions of the two different poster boards.
Yes. This is a
So-
championship match.
This is the championship, and whoever wins this is the ultimate king.
For July.
Yeah.
Because in August we're going to have 16 more objects.
Oh my god, wait.
What if this was the premise of our entire podcast?
I don't see why it couldn't be.
Every week we just do these.
Wait, whatever wins has to be in our videos for the rest of July.
That's a great idea. We're going to get a lot of gnome.
Yeah, I think that it's Lawn Gnome versus Roomba, and I really don't think the Roomba's gonna win, but I do have a Roomba. So
All I can see. Wait. We get the Roomba. Hear me out.
no.
Hold on. Lawn Gnome. Roomba doesn't move that fast. Lawn Mow definitely moves faster than the Roomba.
For sure.
Lawn Gnome brings the extension cord from its previous fight, creates reins for the Roomba, and rides that bitch around.
I am king.
Yes.
I think that the Lawn Gnome would just have to jump on the Roomba a few times.
He could press the buttons.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He could press the buttons. He could physically lift the thing.
Yeah. Even if it's coming straight at him. It's gonna be like exactly. It's gonna be like
All he has to do is put his hands out, and the Roomba's gonna bounce and go away because it.
yeah, it's gonna recognize an object. It's gonna be like,
And it's gonna. Yeah, I
it's gonna
can't
go
go
away.
over that.
yeah.
I gotta get the rest of the lawn.
And just like that lawn gnome pried the head off the mannequin, it can jump. It can just like get underneath it and toss it onto its back like a turtle.
The best invention in the world would be a Roomba lawnmower.
They make those.
Zach likes mowing the lawn, so I shouldn't complain.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
That'd be a really great idea.
yeah. I think we have a very clear winner.
I think that we do too.
From the bottom, we never expected it. That is not who I thought was gonna come to the top.
No, I can't think of a really good argument for the Roomba versus the lawn gnome.
The lawn gnome is also like short enough that I don't think it's gonna get pushed over by the weight, getting bumped into.
Well, it has to jump 2 inches in the air and it's on it.
Yeah.
Like this isn't like a super thick
Mm-hmm.
thing. If it was like 5 inches, then we'd have a problem.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
I think we got it.
Uh-huh.
The grand champion
The ultimate king
of July.
is the lawn gnome.
You ever played Mario Kart 64?
No. Yeah.
You know,
At
at
your
the
house.
at the very end when you win the championship and you all drive down to Peach's castle and you get on the things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
that's
the
how.
lawn gnome.
There's the lawn gnome just hanging out.
I cannot believe that. Honestly, that was not.
We are shocked just as much as you are.
That was yeah. We did not plan any of this. If you guys couldn't tell, like as far as who was winning or anything,
yeah.
I definitely had like higher hopes for the toaster
I honestly was thinking
and
maybe
the microwave.
maybe grandfather clock initially. I was like,
So yeah.
that's a good one.
But
Wise, big, heavy, but being tall and heavy isn't necessarily always you go down hard.
Should we call Zach in live and tell him who won?
Sure.
Okay.
We'll see if he likes it.
Everyone most of you know my husband, you know his reactions are priceless. And he has been fighting me this entire time
Should
about
screen
who's
record
gonna
him.
win.
You should screen record it. Oh, you're calling him, not
Yeah.
FaceTiming?
No.
Hello?
Hey, do you want to guess who the Ultimate King was?
If it's not a chainsaw, I don't want to hear it.
Oh, brother.
Don't sit there and tell me that a Roomba is going to beat half of those things. That's unbelievable. I don't know what fantasy world you guys are living in, but it's not accurate.
It's so funny. Chainsaw was out on round 2. Chainsaw was out.
Yeah.
What did you say the chainsaw lost to?
The extension
Extension
cord.
cord.
You said an extension cord beats a chainsaw.
A not running chainsaw. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You'll have to listen to the episode to understand, but
yeah, because Eric and I want to know. We thought this was an actual serious podcast. Is this
Fucking when did you think
guys,
anything was
are you
serious?
guys blind, deaf, or stupid? I'm hoping.
Well, now he doesn't get to hear. Now he's going to have to listen to the episode or cheat and look at this poster board to see.
Hello.
are you done being mean?
I want to know how this isn't being accurate.
Who do you think the last 2 were, Zach?
Yeah, give us the last 2.
Well, it appeared the Roomba was one of the last 2, which is also a joke.
What do you think the other one is?
The grandfather clock.
Okay. I also thought the grandfather clock was going to go far. Honestly, I did.
It lost the first round.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys need to relearn your objects, I think.
So the grand champion, not the grand champion, the Ultimate King. It was. Are you ready?
Yeah, what won the whole thing?
The lawn gnome.
A lawn gnome? A lawn gnome, the most inanimate object. They're made of porcelain. If you just lean on one, it'll break.
2 feet. What survived? A chainsaw?
Yeah. Drop. Okay, hold a chainsaw and a lawn gnome 2 feet in the air and drop it. Which
Well,
will
they
break?
didn't go against each other, first of
Yeah.
all.
How? Okay. A chainsaw doesn't need to run to not be sharp. So if an extension cord were to try to wrap around it, it's going to cut itself.
Not really.
Not super quick.
and
it's
also,
just gonna,
it's
like,
metal inside.
Yeah.
How does it? I'm putting you on speaker. Andrew needs to be witness to this.
Hey, this is on our pod, so make sure that Andrew knows he'll be on our pod before he speaks.
I'll pick it off speaker. He probably doesn't want on this. That is unbelievable.
We had good arguments. You got to listen.
You will listen. You'll hear. But
I'm not going to agree with it. I cannot believe you guys think an extension cord beats a chainsaw. There's an anime named after a chainsaw. It's called Chainsaw Man, and it's actually extremely popular. There's not extension cord man.
But he's not turned on.
It doesn't need to be turned on. The teeth on it are still sharp. If you grab a hold of a chainsaw with it being off, you're going to cut your hand.
Is it going to cut through my bone when it's off? Is it going to cut through
Are
wire?
there bones in an extension cord?
There's metal in an extension cord, and it's not
There's
that
wiring
thin.
in an extension cord, and it cuts. I promise you. If you go wrap an extension cord around the teeth of a chainsaw, not even like super tight,
I'll fucking do it.
It's gonna cut.
I'll do it. I'll do it today. It's not going to do
Go
it.
do
It's
it.
not
Take
going
a
to cut
video,
through it.
Post it on your Discord. Yeah, because Eric wants to know if you've ever held a chainsaw.
Yes, I've held a chainsaw.
probably more than you
She-
have, Zach.
Honest
Even
to
tell me
God.
I'm a Jesse.
Well, obviously not. If you think an extension cord is better than a chainsaw. This is
I'm
crazy.
saying, listen here. My point was that the extension cord can become a lasso and chuck that chainsaw into oblivion.
Absolutely.
You think the extension cord would turn into a lasso and chuck a chainsaw?
These
Absolutely.
are yes.
This is like a 20-foot extension cord that's made to be outside. It's thick, it's heavy duty, and it's fast as fuck.
I am sure I could tie an extension cord to a chainsaw, and it's not going to break.
You're wrong. Yeah, who's swinging this as a lasso?
The
The
extension,
extension cord is 20 feet long. It has lots of space to do.
So it's swinging itself.
So the chainsaw turns itself on.
So then the chainsaw can
Well,
move
obvious-
its blades without power because
No,
No.
the
It's
battery's out of
friction.
it.
It doesn't need battery.
It's gas-powered,
It's
typically.
just kind of running its own.
Well, not gas powered, I guess.
What's powering the cord? How's the cord moving?
It's sentient.
You're wrong.
So if it's sentient, the chainsaw can be sentient.
The description of the item at the beginning was that it did not run.
You guys might need to do a whole new bracket.
This is a whole new bracket.
We're gonna have. Well, don't you worry. Come back in August, and you can see
We're
who's gonna
yeah,
fight
this
that
is
month.
Everything.
Oh my! You know what we're doing? Our next episode is I'm just roasting this bracket. Our whole campaign is being sidetracked again. Because I want to talk about this.
I'm putting Nair in your
I'm
body
not even
wash.
gonna be able to be there to defend myself. That's not nice.
I cannot believe that. I cannot believe
I
that.
love how upset you are.
Yeah, I knew he would be. I knew he'd be so heated. That's why I said I'd call him.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Love
Thank
you.
you for participating, Zach.
Bye. Yeah, I knew that he would be so freaking heated about it because last night he was getting like aggressive about it with me, and I was like, "You're not even in this. Go away." He was so mad.
I love arguing these things, but I wouldn't get angry about it.
I guarantee he's
I love
gonna
how
text
flustered
me.
he kept getting.
He's gonna text me later and be like, "I can't fucking believe that the Roomba made it to the semifinals."
I can't believe the Roomba made it to the semifinals either. Trust me, I am just as surprised as everybody else.
We are all very surprised here.
The
Oh
facts
my
don't
God.
lie. When you know,
I mean, yeah,
the
we
evidence
had
is there.
And I even told Jesse before we started any of this, like, even if we 100% believe one thing's going to win, we do have to, like, think of some kind of defense that the other one would do. And actually, by doing that, a lot of the things that I thought were going to win lost.
Yeah.
So I feel like we gave it a very fair
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
And we gave them all very, very fair fighting mechanisms. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I never would have thought that, like, an extension cord would win anything.
That lasso technique, though.
And I never would have thought of that without, like, you. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this because we obviously did.
We had a good time.
I made these brackets and sent Jessie a photo, and she's like, "I'm so freaking excited for this." We go serious.
Yeah.
We're not just like, haha. We're like, let's battle it out.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It's a friendly competition. Jessie and I are competitive in a friendly way, but we're still competitive.
The thing about me is I am very good at being able to see other perspectives to the point of a fault. So, like,
It's so bad.
it's a problem. So, like, if you have an argument, I can definitely see where you're coming from. I'm never going to get upset about it. You got your own opinions, you know. That's what happened here.
I feel very confident in everyone fighting it out, though. There was only one that I was like, I don't know if that's actually it. It was the filing cabinet. Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't like the filing cabinet's defense.
I didn't, but hey, I'm not always right. You know?
I just don't know, other than falling over, which just seemed like a cop-out. You know what I mean?
I don't know. It feels like everyone had an even fair chance. We gave everyone a chance. Hey, Team Blue won, by the way. I know that we didn't tell you what the teams were, but Blue won.
Blue, I think... Well, we were even on this one. 2 and 2. So that was even.
The other one was all red, though, I thought. Maybe not. Yeah, it was
And
almost
3
all
and
red.
1. Yeah.
And the Roomba dude, it just kept going.
Then we were Team Blue versus Team Blue. So this is ultimately a Team Blue championship.
It is.
We can post, I'm just imagining on FanDuel the number of things that you could bet on. Is blue team going to win? Is red team going to win? What your bracket looks like?
Mm-hmm.
They call that there's a name for when you have like multiple winners in your bet. That's like a thing. I forget what it is called. I'll ask Cody and he'll tell me. All right. Well, I don't know if we've made one whole brain, if I'm being honest.
This was really fun, though.
Having to argue.
I'm going to do it again.
We're definitely going to do
We're
it
gonna
again.
do it again.
I guess
It's
even if
fun.
you guys hate it, that's too bad.
Too bad, so sad.
We're having fun.
And again, if you joined our Patreon, you know this on Sunday.
Mhm.
And if you didn't, happy Wednesday. Join our Discord, follow us on TikTok and Instagram, send us some emails. I only check it about once every 2 weeks, so if you do, sorry. Not a good way to
Just,
contact us.
You know,
Discord's much easier. We're on there
yeah.
every day.
Yeah, go get some behind the scenes little peeks at TikTok, those fun little videos,
Mhm.
and maybe we'll throw this on
Discord the whole episode?
on Patreon for the whole episode.
Oh, yes.
As like
Not
a
Discord.
little, if you want to watch it, it'd be fun.
Yeah, we could do that.
You could see all hilarious how you gotta look. Okay, I don't know. Oh, we for sure have it from our first episode when I'm talking about the ceiling fan,
Uh-huh.
and I'm pretty sure I went like
Like how you just did again.
like I just did it again.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. Well, I hope you
Have a great week.
catch us next time.
Love you, miss ya hags. Hey, shout out to Jenny. Just for being Jenny. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
And my husband for participating.
Not for Andrew. He didn't participate.
Something's wrong with him.
Always.
Okay,
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
We got one brain between us, don't you know? Two girls trying to make this show. Life and issues, highs and lows. Laugh it up, anything goes. With two girls and just one brain. Common sense is spreading thin. Talking life through joy and pain. Tune in, laugh and let us in. Got dilemmas, got our flaws. Spill the tea with no pause. Watch us laugh, breaking laws. Two minds might find lost cause. With two girls and just one brain. Common sense is spreading thin. Talking life through joy and pain. Tune in, laugh and let us in. One brain, that's all we got. Join the ride, like it or not. Taking swings, miss the shot, but our humor's always hot. With two girls and just one brain. Common sense is spreading thin. Talking life through joy and pain. Tune in, laugh and let us in. One brain, that's all we got. Join the ride, like it or not. Taking swings, miss the shot, but our humor's always hot. With two girls and